Hey there, Google SEOs here with another little bit of a video. Today, we're going to be showing you guys a card trick. A card trick. Yeah, a card trick. That's what people tend to like these days. You guys are missing out if you're not hitting the train. If you guys aren't, jumping on that Pigcake train, then you're really seriously missing out on some good quality A-grade content. So make sure to get on that because you're going to follow other magic channels? You think that they're going to do a better job than I can? What other magic channel tries to look like a terrorist organization other than this guy right here? So let's just get and get some wet. So today we're going to be using Bin Wang playing cards. Bin Wang gang. Hit the like button for the Bin Wang gang. We're going to be using these cards, but it doesn't really matter what deck you use. We're going to be using these because these happen to be the best cards that I own, better than any sort of anyone worldwide. Fontaine, first playing cards V2, second playing cards V1. This beats all of it. Just because before this, we're going to be using a shuffle deck of Bin Wang playing cards. This is one of those tricks that really doesn't matter the order. You could shuffle these cards until the cows come home, as they say, right? Or just the cows come. So for this trick, we're going to have any card picked. Let's say the spectator happens to put their dirty finger on this card over here, which happens to be the Queen of Spades. Of course, I don't know this because I'm looked the other way, and I could care less. It's a card trick. Nobody cares about card tricks. So their card's the Queen of Spades. That card gets lost somewhere in the middle of the deck. It doesn't really matter. All right, we take the bottom card, we burn it. We take the top card, we burn it. It doesn't matter. All right, their card is lost somewhere in there among the plebeians that are the rest of the cards. Honestly, card tricks don't matter. All right, so if you could get that card lost as best you can, well, guess what? You've accomplished half the battle here. So let's just take these cards and mix it up. And honestly, I've been trying to pick up the cards for the past 30 seconds, and I try to make a little meme of it. So here's what I want you to do, sir. I'm going to take cards one by one from your deck onto my hand. And what I want you to do is that for each and every card that I put on my hand, I want you to spell your card. So for example, if your card was the let's just get a little bit of an example here, 7 of Spades. All right, that would be SEVENOF, right? You get the drill. All right, but you're going to do that mentally, and it's going to be my job to try to figure out, based on your mental spelling of the card, what your card is. So let's let's do this here. So of course the spectator is going to be spelling their card in their head, so I'm going to be pretending that I'm vocalizing what the spectator is going to be thinking. Okay, so just bear with me here. So that's QUEENOFSPADES. So at this point is where the spectator would stop spelling in their mind. So let's cut back to performance mode here. Oh man, I just felt like you stopped spelling in your head. Was I right? I feel like you stopped spelling a card in your head. Let me see if I could try to figure out what it was based on your mental waves here. Try to send me the image of your card, sir, ma'am. You're sending me a lot of things, but none of them are card. Yeah, you're sending me another thing with a C word. It's big though. The card. I mean, it's the Queen of Spades. Of course, it's the Queen of Spades. But it's crazy. You dealt to one card here in particular. You spelled the cards mentally, and remember the deck was shuffled. You could have picked any card, but of course, we come to the Queen of Spades. So let's get some of that dubstep going. Yo, shout out to the dubstep magic videos from the mid 2000s. So that's a trick. It's a nice little bit of a trick. It's a spelling trick. It's a card at any card. In this case, the card happens to be, well, the card they picked, right? It's the card they picked. So we're going to need to do a number of things for this trick to have maximum damage. And first things first, we're going to have a card picked. In this case, let's say they picked the 2 of spades. Now, if you don't know how to spread a deck or control a card, oh boy, you already feel it. I already feel it coming. You know what's coming now. You should join the Pigcake Card Academy, which is an amalgam of the Pigcake Magic Academy, where you get 2 videos every single week going over card stuff, going over coin stuff. It's only $5 a month. Over 200 videos already existing on the Academy, ready for you to watch the moment you sign up. Alright, so if you don't know anything, you don't know how to pick up a deck, you don't know how to spread it, you don't know how to control cards, right now I'm speaking Asian to you. If you feel like I'm speaking in a different language that you don't understand, well, you're gonna understand the language when you join the Academy and start watching those videos. 200 videos. That's borderline psychotic, but I do it for you guys. And the money, let's be honest. So check the Card Academy, check the Coin Academy. All the instructions are going to be in the link below. You're going to check it, you're going to click on it, and you're going to join. Rave reviews all around. I think that's enough shilling. That's enough shilling for today. So the card's picked. You're going to grab that card and control it to the top via your favorite method. In this case, the card happens to be the Ace of Spades, and my favorite method happens to be the retard shuffle, which is this right here. You do this, and their cards on top. You could look for that coming out to Illusionist Magic Stream in the coming weeks, or you could do the Mahatma control, the Mahatma shuffle here, which is a very nice control, and it's going to allow you to do another thing that you need to do for this particular trick, which is peek at the card. So in this case, the Ace of Spades, you're getting a break as you square up the cards. You see that my pinky is there separating both halves. I'm going to pick up all the cards above the break. I'm going to tilt it this way. You see that? So this is now the card that they picked, and I'm going to shuffle these cards on the bottom. Now you notice what happens here, right? If I push my fingers up, I get a peek at the card that they picked, so I know their card is the Ace of Spades by peeking at it. If you don't get your peek there, you could just do a milk shuffle where you squeeze with these fingers and this finger over here. You see that? You squeeze, and as you shuffle, all you gotta do is this right here. That's all you gotta do, and you peek at the Ace of Spades through your thumb hole. Right there, you see it? Through the thumb hole. That's gonna be the thumbnail. That's gonna be the thumbnail. But you peek through the thumb hole and you see the Ace of Spades, and now you could place the deck down, or you could turn it face up as you give the spectators the very clear instructions, because if you're not clear, well, they're not going to do what you're saying. And here's the thing that magicians make, and the mistake we make. We assume that spectators are aware and they see the same shit that we do on a daily basis. So if you have a spectator hold out their hand, you need to be clear and say, sir, hold out your hand like this, because we are retarded, and we've done that about 1,000 times, and we see every instructional, say hold your hand out. Spectators aren't used to a command like that. So in this case, you got to be very, very specific with your instructions here. So you got to say, look, all right, in a moment, what's going to happen, I'm going to give you the deck, and you're going to spell the cards. Now here is what I want you to spell in your mind. You're going to spell the name of your card using one card for each letter. So let's say your card's the 8 of Hearts. In your mind, you're going to think E, I, G. You're gonna think that, and what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to figure out when you stop spelling. That's what I'm gonna try to figure out using my magical prowess. So here, I've given the spectator the instruction, and I've given them what they are to do mentally and an example. You need to treat them like that, because let's be honest, they're retards. They're retards. They should be honestly given some sort of government support for their lack of knowledge and their abhorrent retardation. But alas, all we could do as magicians is give them as clear instructions as possible. So here, guess what? You've peeked at the card. You know the top card is the Ace of Spades, and you know that it's their card. So all you gotta do is just mentally spell that card as you take the card. So here, in my head, I'm thinking A, and they're thinking A. And here's a little bit of an interesting tidbit. As you're spelling the card, so in this case, it'll be A, C, E, O, F. Remember, this is done silently. This isn't done out loud. Here, as a matter of fact, you could say, were you just thinking of an S? Were you just thinking of an S? Which is a nice little bit of a bonus, because all you've done is spell their card mentally, and you have a little bit of a letter revelation here. So let's take that from the beginning. You've told them to spell the card mentally with one card used for each letter. So in this case, they're spelling mentally. You go A, C, E, O, F, S. Were you just thinking of an S right there? Perfect. All right, you're doing wonderful. P, A, D, E, S. I feel like you stopped dealing. Once you get to the last card as you spell, you say, I feel like you stopped dealing right there in your head. I feel like you stopped spelling the card. Am I correct? Yes, of course. And here, you're going to do a couple things at the same time. You're going to reveal the ace of spades to the spectator. So you're going to reveal the ace of spades to the spectator. You're going to say, wait a second, think of your card. Say it over and over in your head. I'm getting an impression here after you spelt it. Oh boy. Were you thinking of the ace of spades? And of course, the spectator is probably going to wet themselves. They're probably going to try to jump on you and do whatever, sexual move is popular on Instagram these days. They're going to want to do that, but you're going to have to hold them back, and you're going to have to complete the trick here. So it's very, very simple. All you're going to do is just take all the cards above the bottom card, which is their card, and place it on their hand. That's it. You don't make a move of this. You don't make this any sort of overt action. You just do it. You're just going to take the bottom card as you place the rest of the cards on top. You're not going to do any sort of reverse spread. You're not going to do any convincer. You're not going to do your favorite bottom deal. You're not going to do any sort of odd move that you learned somewhere in the parents' basement, surrounded by Cheetos, Doritos, and a mixture of Mountain Dew and Sierra Mist. All right, you're not going to do that. All you're going to do is take all the cards using friction here. You're going to use friction to leave this card in your hand, and you're going to place this on your spectator's hand on the remaining cards. Now, what's done at this point is you're holding the ace of spades. You're holding their cards. So all you've done at that point too is a little bit of a bluff. It's a little bit of a bluff, and it takes place in the offbeat. So you're not making a move. They've reacted to the fact that you just named the card they were thinking of. You're just going to place these cards on top and keep the ace of spades in your hand, of which now you could reveal, and you say, but here's the thing, the deck was shuffled. You could have thought of any card. Honestly, you could have really thought of any card. I wouldn't lie to you, which is true. But even if it wasn't, I would say that because I'm a dirty liar. And then you can now show that, they managed to spell down to their own card, in this case it being the ace of spades. Now a little bit of a variant on this. If you want, you could just very simply have the card peeked at. So if you're familiar with the card peek, you just have the card peeked at, right? So in this case, the spectator calls stop on the ace of clubs. You keep a break. You ask the spectator if they know how to shuffle a deck. Look what I'm doing. I'm just peeking at it using the step break. That's a little bit of a classic method there. Again, if you guys don't know, even this, maybe you should really consider joining the Pigcake Magic Academy, because this is like level 10 virginity. All right, that's level 10 virginity. That's nothing. You want to get to level 77 virginity like me. So you peek at their card, in this case is the ace of clubs. They mix it and shuffle it into the deck. And all you're going to do as you take the deck back is you're going to go through the cards and you say, we don't need the jokers for this. See, I'm taking out the jokers, but really, what am I looking for? If you guys are clever, you would figure this out. I take out the jokers. I get to their card, which is in this case right next to the top card of the deck. And I just cut it to the top. If their card happens to be second from the top, like in this case, all I do is I just shuffle 2 cards to the bottom. And then, because their card is second from the bottom, I could just do a milk shuffle and shuffle that card directly to the top. Keep in mind that's after they shuffled, so you're getting just a little bit of a bonus there, but that's not going to happen all the time. But in case that happens, now you know, because I know people would say, oh, Pigcake, what happens if the card is second from the top? Well, guess what? You don't have to do a control. Well, you could, but I mean, you could just do this if you wanted to. That's it. You could just do that. But that's a little bit of a bonus tip there, a little bonus handling that allows the spectator to shuffle the cards. And you truly could say, oh, you're just thinking of a card. You didn't take one out of the deck. You're just thinking of one. Like a dirty cheat that you are. Man, that's a good one. That's a really good one. That's like I would rate that as like a Magic Convention 9 out of 10. Typically, if you see the females that go to Magic conventions that aren't the MILFs, you know, I would say that that's a different scale altogether. You know what I mean? So a Magic Convention 8 would be like a grocery store 2 or 3. You know, you feel me? You feel me? I think that's the end of the video. I think that's the end of it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Do all the things that people do. And I'm gonna go when Wang my bin. Bet you thought I was gone, right? Bet you thought I was gone. I'm not. I'm always here. I'm always watching you.
See you again. When I 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 see you again.